Social movement we have selected for this project is environmentalism. This is by Robert, Ali, Noah, Amar, and Dalton. The article we selected is fairly long. It is called Media, Ecology, and Conservation, Using Media to Protect the World's Wildlife Ecosystems by Devon Tantes. We took a quick snippet of a quote that focuses on global connectivity and the role of new digital and traditional media in bringing people together to protect the world's endangered wildlife and conserve threatened habitats. Essentially, this is saying now more than ever, we have the ability to report on and interact with what is happening in our environment. We can see how we affect this thanks to new digital era, so it should be more important now more than ever to protect, conserve the ecosystems which we call home, which is the earth which within we live. Now that you know our social movement and the scholarly article chosen, let me introduce our two celebrities who we collectively found that embody environmentalism and conservation, which I will add in our presentation and go hand in hand. First, we have Leonardo DiCaprio, an active environmentalist, and Ben Affleck, also an active environmentalist and conservationalist. We have shown Leonardo DiCaprio's Facebook. Note how he is sharing. This is the pattern throughout all his posts outlined by the arrows. He can be seen indirectly getting involved with environmental social movements. Second, we have Ben Affleck, who is shown by the arrows is more hands-on in his postings. He directly posts to his Facebook feed showing what he himself is directly involved with through his own organization, which will be discussed later. So one actor shares indirectly as the other posts directly about the environment and conservation. Next, we have the appeals that will transcend throughout this presentation. Ethos can be seen in the actor's credibility on screen as well as with their organizations they work with. Logos can be seen because logically we want to protect and conserve our ecosystems for a sustainable future. Kairos is also present, seeing as we are at a point in time when society has the utmost concern on what is happening in our environment. The only difference between the two environmentalists are how we perceive the pathos. One is more direct, with images of their interaction with the environment and its conservation, as the other is indirect, still showing concerning images and grabbing our attention, but definitely less radiant than direct interaction that we see, say, with Ben Affleck. Finally, the target audience for these actors. So if you haven't noticed, everyone and their grandma has a Facebook, and the younger populace has tended to flee from social sites like Facebook to places like Twitter and Instagram. So I would like to say the target audience is geared towards an older audience. Most definitely Facebook users, without a doubt followers of these actors, maybe even organizations or groups who wish to affiliate themselves with these actors and their organizations. Definitely environmentalists.
So first is Leonardo DiCaprio, and Leonardo DiCaprio has a very strong presence on all social media platforms. On Instagram alone, he has 30.1 million followers and 956 posts. So, as you can see, right in his bio, he mentions that he's an environmentalist. And also in his bio, he has a link that takes you to a website for a lion recovery fund that focuses on conserving lions in Africa. This fund was created by the Wildlife Conservation Network, who is in partnership with Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. Leonardo DiCaprio has hundreds of posts about the environment. It's gotten to the point where his work in environmentalism has taken over all of his social media platforms. DiCaprio frequently uses the hashtag regram. This shows that he often not only posts what he's doing to help conserve the environment, but sharing info as to why it's important to help sustain the environment right now. As Robbie said before, for Facebook, DiCaprio doesn't typically show what he's doing himself to help environmentalism, but rather he's just sharing what's going on in the environment. Is 128 posts compared to DiCaprio's 956, and Affleck has 4 million followers compared to DiCaprio's 30.1 million. So as you can see, Affleck's Instagram isn't nearly as utilized or as popular as DiCaprio's. And recently, Affleck's social media has been used more as a tool to promote his new movie, Triple Frontier. But his Instagram is still strongly used to show the Instagram community what he's been doing to help conserve the environment. This is the big difference between Affleck's and DiCaprio's social media platforms. While DiCaprio very frequently posts things that other accounts post about the environment, Affleck's posts about what he's doing to help the environment, specifically what he and his Eastern Congo team are doing. Affleck uses his Instagram as a way to show his hands-on effort to help conservation. The rhetorical appeals are very similar to the ones mentioned for Facebook. And for both actors, each rhetorical appeal will sound very similar. For ethos, both actors are very well known in Hollywood, and they're both active environmentalists. However, DiCaprio appears to be a bit more open about it. For example, I didn't even know Ben Affleck was an environmentalist or conservationist until we started this project. And Logos, the logic behind conservation is that it's very important not only because it protects the environment and wildlife, but because it protects us as well. The only appeal that's different is pathos. So for DiCaprio, his posts are a lot about his foundation as well as what other foundations and people are doing to help the environment. He also posts images of articles that describe what's going on in certain parts of the world. And pathos for Affleck's Instagram is his posts show what he himself is doing to help the environment. His posts show him with other people and foundations working on bettering the environment. This could appeal to a lot of people for the fact that they can see that he's actually making an effort to help the environment rather than just spreading the word as to what's going on. And the Kairos, it's perfect timing for both actors to be standing behind and supporting environmentalism due to all the recent posts about how animals and sea creatures are dying, and due to how we affect or treat our planet, and all the posts that I've recently seen on accounts or social media platforms like Twitter comparing the world, how it is today compared to how it was 10 plus years ago. Lastly, the target audience. Using an Instagram platform definitely reaches out to a younger audience, with both actors being huge since the late 80s and early 90s. A large part of their fan base will be adults born between mid 80s and to about 2000. This doesn't exclude the rest of the population though. Both actors are still huge in Hollywood, with Ben Affleck playing the new Batman and DiCaprio recently playing big hit movies such as The Great Gatsby and The Wolf of Wall Street. The use of hashtags also plays a huge role for Instagram. Hashtags give you the power to be able to spread your post out to people who don't follow you. Both actors utilize this tool to spread their post out to a wider audience.
The Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. This was formed in 1998 with the purpose of helping in long-term health and well-being for all the Earth's inhabitants. Through campaigns and social media, the LDF brings attention and awareness to people around for the 6 programs that help with wildlands, oceans, climate change, indigenous rights, transforming California, and innovative solutions. Leonardo DiCaprio's website and social medias are used for helping in any way possible. The urgency of this foundation is the main cause. The main cause for this is the LDF describes about how Earth is harmed by toxic environments, and has also stated that since 1970, 1/3 of the world's wildlands has been lost. Climate change is also causing an increase in global temperatures, which is causing damage to the environment. And only 15% of our lands and 3% of our oceans are protected. The next foundation is the Ben Affleck Foundation, known as the Eastern Congo Initiative, which was founded by Ben Affleck and is mainly focused on working and for the people of Eastern Congo to raise public awareness through social media and advocacy activities. the ECI believes that the local community-based approaches are the key to creating a successful society. And the purpose of ECI is to help survivors which have gone through sexual abuse and to provide them with health care, education, legal support, income, and help children who have gone through problems with healthcare, education, and legal support. And we believe that the community level peace and reconciliation programs would have a huge role if they supported in human rights. The rhetorical analysis for both the foundations are pretty similar. The ethos is they both have credibility because they both are being founded by famous actors, and they have a legit website, and the logos are both are trying to make a difference to society. The pathos it emotionally connects to the people that visit these sites and are known about this, and the kairos is that these are like day-to-day daily problems of the world which are being solved.
DiCaprio uses YouTube with many interviews he has done in the past to talk about the environment. Ever since Leonardo DiCaprio started acting, it's always been a passion for him to help the environment. He also wants the wealthy people to step forward and help the environment with him. He is very concerned about the climate change and also encouraging industry and individuals to take small steps and improving the way they take care of the environment. He has also traveled all around the world for the past 2 years, documenting and changing the natural balance of the planet. And in those he found out, in India he met farmers whose crops been washed away by historic flooding. In America he witnessed unknown droughts in California and sea level rising. Frozen climates are vanishing well ahead of scientific predictions. All he has seen in his 2-year journey has motivated him more to help the environment even more. He also thinks fossil fuels should remain in the ground in order to ensure a healthy planet in the future. More countries came together to help with this cause than any other cause in the history of humans.